Greetings, people. I come in peace. I've noticed recently that the subject of boxers taking recreational drugs has come back to the forefront.
Drugs.
Drugs.
You know, drugs.
Drugs. Marijuana. Drugs.
I only take cocaine and weed now and again.
Yeah.
And ecstasy.
Ryan Garcia admitted at his LA press conference that he drinks and smokes weed. That's after being questioned by Devin Haney for posting a picture of himself smoking a stick. It was even implied that he was doing a little Batistuta. I find Ryan's behaviour and lack of regard by his team disturbing and at the same time disheartening.
You're preparing for this fight and having a blunt in your mouth. Do you think that's like...
Who had a blunt in their mouth?
Wasn't it Ryan? Ryan Garcia?
Oh, it's okay. He didn't inhale. He didn't inhale it.
Firstly, it's not normal for a boxer, an athlete, to be taking recreational drugs 8 weeks before one of the most important bouts of his career. It's extremely unprofessional by him and profoundly negligent of his team to allow Ryan to turn up to a press conference in that state of mind.
What do you do?
I will do a live drug test.
What do you do?
I drink and I smoke weed, and so has the majority of this room.
Ryan was clearly off his nut, and Devin was right to be concerned if this fight would actually happen. We've all seen gimmicks at presses before. Boxers smoking cigars, cigarettes, drinking a beer. But this was for real. Ryan was buzzing. And when Devin exposed his sketchy behaviour, Ryan started to talk about Jesus.
First, I want to give glory to Jesus Christ.
It's as if they use that name as a get out of jail card on a Monopoly board. I wish these boxers who talk about Jesus would try a bit harder to imitate him. I mean, if you are a Christian, and on top of that, a professional athlete, you couldn't ask for a better incentive to live a cleaner life. Isn't that generally the consensus? Keyshawn Davis, another boxer who campaigns in and around the lightweight division, has spoken about his marijuana use and how he battled mental illness while abusing weed, and said coming to Jesus helped him to stop smoking marijuana. Hopefully, Ryan will eventually have the same breakthrough and stop having a form of godliness, but resisting its power, as the book says. Keyshawn spoke about being more focused and having more energy in training since he gave up weed. He said even his trainers see the difference. He's stronger, faster, and more in tune, and he's hungrier. He's taking things more seriously.
Duh.
I get the feeling that Ryan is in a bit of trouble mentally. And what's sad about the situation is that his loved ones seem to be asleep at the helm. Maybe they are trying to help him. Of course they would be. But it looks, from the outside looking in, that they are a bit apathetic. I could be wrong, I hope I am. But money does strange things to people. And mental health is exacerbated when the ones we love, trust, and rely on for comfort and reassurance show indifference and or resignation, acceptance of the predicament. When we are in turmoil or disarray, we need people to fight our corner, whether we appreciate it at the time or not. The fact that Ryan has spoken about his battle with mental health and is still smoking weed is a disaster waiting to happen. The one thing that aggravates anxiety, depression, provokes hopelessness and melancholy is weed. It astonishes me that some people don't know this or are unwilling to accept that fact. We know it's good for pain relief and other ailments, but smoking it isn't the ideal way of getting the benefits. The negatives outweighs the positives, and I've never seen anyone perform better, think clearer, have more energy while they are an enjoyer of weed. Contrastingly, when people stop They are more lucid and full of energy and luster. We truly are the architects of our own demise. I remember visiting someone in a mental health secure unit and was told most of the people in there was there because of cannabis-related mental illness. It's the catalyst for bigger complications in your marrow. But the real elephant in the room is that Ryan is going into a boxing ring with his mind already scrambled by a banned substance. Cannabis can stay in your urine for 30 days, in your blood for up to 2 weeks, and can be detected in hair follicles for up to 3 months. This is contingent on how frequently it is used, of course, but it doesn't bode well for the fight. Is this why Ryan Garcia wants the fight moved to Las Vegas? As the Nevada State Athletics Commission will no longer discipline boxers for possessing or using marijuana. They say you'd only be removed from a bout if noticeably impaired. New York is a different case altogether. All natural and synthetic cannabinoids are strictly prohibited in professional combat sports. Now, if this is the reason Ryan wanted the fight moved to Vegas, then his predicament is worse than I thought. He's in a real quandary because it would mean he can't do without it for 8 weeks. Well, they do say the new strains of weed is more addictive. Anyway, the fact that weed doesn't give you any advantages in a fight but can impede your focus, coordination, and lung capacity makes me wonder what is going on. Is Oscar and Bernard asleep at the wheel? Or are they looking for merchandise rehabilitation? A little commercial recuperation? In other words, taking the money and running? I don't know. I think it's a bit mercenary allowing Ryan Garcia to go into a fight which he isn't likely to win, and he is so dislocated mentally. I don't know if this fight will happen, and I'm not sure it's responsible to allow him to fight. Maybe I'm overreacting. I hope so. Time will tell. He seems like a lovely young man, and I hope he gets over the hump. The biggest fights we have are never in the ring. They are with ourselves. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please subscribe if you want, but remember, choose life. Thank you.
Guys, when you leave this joint, keep your chin up. Of course, it's a smart thing to keep your left shoulder up along with it, too. But whatever you do, don't go in for nothing shaky. Stay kosher. Keep your nose clean. And remember, you'll always come out on top with honesty, industry, and a good hard right to the button.